Hello guys, welcome. This is Deepika from mytutorialrack.com and I'm here with another very interesting interview question. So let's get started. The question is, will the finally block get executed when the return statement is written at the end of the try block and catch block as shown below? So here is your example, and I have added return statements in a try block as well as catch blocks. Now tell me, will the finally block will get executed when it encounters these return statement? The answer is yes. Finally block will get executed even if you have added return statement. The only place where the finally block will not get executed is if you have called this exit method of the system class. Only in that scenario the finally will not get executed because your program has ended, so it will not give the chance for finally to run. But other than that, even if the exception occurs or if the exception doesn't occur, the finally block will get executed no matter what. The only exception is the call of system.of_exit method, or if there is a memory issue happen or something like that. Okay, so as you can see here, what I've done is I've created a method called a sum method, which is of the type integer. It returns an integer return type, and it takes in a one parameter of the type integer. And all I've done is I've added bunch of return statements, and as you know, when the return statement happens, the program will go back, right? So to the calling method, that's what it is returning. But even if you have added these return statements, the finally will still get executed. Okay, remember that. Now let me show you this whole thing in practice. So we will go back to our Eclipse here, and over here, as you can see, I am inside of this class called try catch example number 2, and we have a public static void main method defined, and inside of it all I'm doing is I'm calling this foo method. Now let's look at the foo. So what the foo method does, it has a simple line statement to print, which will say inside try block, and then I have int a is equals to 100 divided by 0. Now this is the line which is going to throw the exception. And what type of exception? That arithmetic exception this line is going to throw. So what will happen is, once an exception is thrown here, automatically the catch block will get executed. So after this, inside try block, this is going to get executed inside catch block, and then we have a return statement, but then what will happen is finally is going to get executed also. So all these three print statements is going to get executed. And let's say I'm going to add another statement over here, system.out.println, and here I'm going to say inside the main method. Okay, this is going to be the fourth statement that I'm adding. So what will all get printed in this on the screen? First this one, then this one inside the try block, then the catch block will get executed because it is of the type exception. So any kind of exception that occurs will be handled by this catch block, and then your finally is also going to get executed. Now run as Java application. Now as you can see here, inside the main method, inside the try block, inside the catch block, and inside the finally. Now let's say instead of 0 I changed it to 10. Now in this case no exception will be thrown. Okay, so in this case no exception will be thrown, so there is no point of having the catch block, but still the finally is going to get executed. Okay, so return run as Java application. As you can see here, no catch block will get executed, but the remaining three things will still get executed. Now let's say, when is the time when finally doesn't get executed? Let's say an exception has occurred, okay, and we are in the catch block, and now over here you have used system.of_exit. that is the method you are using, and this is one of the scenario in which finally will not get executed, right? Exception occurred or exception doesn't occur. In both the cases the finally is going to get executed. But now what I've done is, when an exception is thrown, it will go inside of the catch block, and in the catch block I have added this system.of_exit. Now this is one of the reasons which will prevent the execution of the finally method, because your system has been exited. So here run as Java application. Now in this case finally will not get executed. So you can see here you have the main method, your try block, and the catch block, but there is no finally block. So this is the scenario where the finally will not get executed. I hope you loved this interview question because there was a little trickiness here, and I'm going to see you in the next video with another interview question. So stay tuned for that, and thank you very, very much. God bless you.